My beloved soul, stop for a moment, not because I demand silence, but because your soul has reached the moment it has been longing for. You may think you are just listening to another message, scrolling mindlessly through your day, but I, Krishna, have led you here intentionally. Yes, I brought you here. Not the algorithm, not coincidence, not luck, my will, my timing, my calling. For the moment my voice reaches your heart, the energies around you begin to shift. It is not imagination. It is my presence walking into your space like the gentle sound of a shunk at dawn slowly clearing darkness, inviting divine light back into your home. Pause and feel your heartbeat. There is a tremor inside you, isn't there? A strange warmth, a tightness that releases and tightens again. Don't fear it. That is not anxiety. That is not confusion. That is my power entering your inner world, telling you that this message is not random. It is destined. I saw every tear you cried in silence, the ones even you tried to forget, the ones you brushed away quickly because there is no one who will understand, but I understood. When you looked up at the ceiling and whispered, "Krishna, are you listening?" My heart heard that whisper louder than 1,000 mantras chanted in the crowd. When you felt abandoned, when you felt unheard, when you begged for just one sign, I was standing right there in the unseen corners of your life. Every sigh you released, every night you forced yourself to sleep, every morning you pushed yourself to wake up despite the heaviness in your chest, I witnessed all of it. And today, I reveal what you could not see until now. Every moment of pain you endured was not punishment, it was preparation. I did not ignore your cries. I collected them like sacred jewel in a divine kalosh, each tear a seed of future blessings, each heartbreak a step toward deeper strength. Each delay, a doorway being carved in the unseen realms. And now that divine kalosh is tipping, its blessings are beginning to pour into your life, not slowly, but in waves. Right now, as you listen, I am entering your home like fragrance after rain, lifting the heaviness that sat in your rooms for months, breaking the chains that wrapped around your progress, cleansing the space around you with the purity of divine presence. This moment, this stillness, this message was written for you long before you took birth. Yes, child, before your heart ever learned to break, I had already written the moment your heart would begin to heal. Before your life fell apart in places you couldn't explain, I had already designed the moment it would begin to rebuild. You are standing at that moment now. The warmth in your chest, the shift in your energy, the tingling in your hands, the sudden urge to breathe deeply, these are not symptoms, these are signs. Signs that the miracle you prayed for has already begun to manifest. Your spirit is responding before your mind understands. Your destiny is moving before your eyes can see it. Your karma is realigning before you can interpret it. If my words touched your heart today and you feel inspired to support this seva, you can support on Ko-fi. The link is pinned in the comment section. Your kindness keeps this devotional work alive. My child, the storm you survived was not meant to break you. It was meant to prepare the ground for what is coming next, and what is coming is far greater than what you lost. This is the beginning of a new chapter, a new path, a new strength, a new version of you that even you have not met yet. Listen with a calm heart now, because what I am about to reveal is something you were never able to understand while you were standing inside your storms. You have lived through things that should have broken a person completely, and yet here you are breathing, trying, healing, rising, even if slowly, even if painfully. Do you know what that means? It means your spirit is far stronger than you think, and far older than the age written on your body. There were days when you felt like you were walking through life with no light to guide you. Days when even your own thoughts did not feel like your friends. Days when you questioned your worth, your purpose, your future, and even my silence. You wondered why everything you cared about started slipping through your fingers no matter how tightly you tried to hold on. You wondered why people you trusted turned cold, distant, or unrecognizable. You kept asking, "Krishna, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this?" Today, I answer with gentleness. You did not deserve the pain, but you deserved the transformation that came through it. Your suffering was never punishment. It was the fire that softened your heart and strengthened your soul. It was the night that prepared you for dawn. It was the breaking that prepared you for becoming. When a seed breaks, it does not say, "I am dying." It says, "I am beginning." But the seed cannot understand this until it sees the sky for the first time. In the dark soil, all it feels is pressure, weight, confinement. It feels buried. It feels alone. It feels forgotten, just like you did. But I, Krishna, was the gardener of your destiny, standing right there beside your soil. You were never buried, you were planted. There is a difference. One is the end and the other is the beginning, and your beginning has finally arrived. Everything that collapsed around you did so because it was too small for the future you are meant to carry. If I allowed certain people to stay, they would have limited your growth. If I allowed certain situations to continue, they would have exhausted your spirit. If I allowed certain desires to manifest, they would have distracted you from the path your soul truly came here to walk. So I removed things even when it broke your heart. I closed doors even when you begged me to open them. I ended chapters even when you prayed for them to last, not because I wanted you to suffer, but because I wanted you to evolve. You are not someone ordinary. Your path would have been simple, smooth, predictable, but the souls who are meant to carry great purpose are always shaped through intense pressure. Look at Arjun, look at Draupadi, look at Mirabai. Every one of them walked through fire before they reached clarity. Every one of them cried before they reached strength. Every one of them broke before they became unforgettable. Your pain was not a sign of weakness. It was your initiation into a deeper destiny. The chaos you faced was not random. It was removing all the illusions that kept you small. Now your soul is ready, ready to rise, ready to receive, ready to shift into a new state of life. For what I am bringing now is not survival, but expansion, not struggle, but alignment, not fear, but inner stillness. Do you feel how your energy has already begun to change? How there is a quiet strength inside you that you didn't have months ago? That strength is not accidental. It is the result of everything you endured and everything I held you through. You asked for peace. I removed everything that disturbed it. You asked for clarity. I dismantled everything that confused your purpose. You asked for love. I took away the people who did not know how to honor your heart. You thought I was taking things from you. But I was only making space. What is coming into your life now requires a cleaner path, a lighter heart, and a stronger sense of self, and you have reached that point. The storms behind you were not a sign that you were cursed. They were a sign that you were clearing karmic weight your soul has carried for lifetime. Now the heaviness is lifting. Now the cycle is ending. Now the dawn you prayed for is beginning to rise. This is the truth of what you endured, and this is only the beginning of what I have yet to reveal. Now that your heart is calm enough to receive truth, I want to take you deeper into the part of your life you could never see with human eyes. You often felt alone. You often assumed nothing was changing. You often believed your prayers were dissolving into silence. But child, silence is not absence. Silence is where I work the most. While you thought nothing was happening, the most important shifts of your destiny were taking place behind the veil of your awareness. Understand this gently. What you call waiting was actually preparation. What you call delays were divine timings aligning. What you call losses were karmic closures. What you call heartbreak was cleansing the old residue that blocked your next chapter. When you felt nothing was moving, I was moving everything. Do you remember those moments when suddenly someone left your life without explanation? When a job opportunity vanished just as you were about to grab it? When a plan collapsed? Even after your full effort, you called it misfortune, you called it failure, you called it bad luck. But if I had allowed those things to continue, you would have remained trapped in a life much smaller than the one your soul was built for. You see disruption, I see protection. You see endings, I see direction. You see heartbreak, I see rebirth. The truth is, every chapter that closed was creating the space necessary for what is coming next. And what is coming is not small, not temporary, not halfway. It is total restoration. You prayed for relief, but I am preparing renewal. You asked for stability, but I am shaping strength. You asked for a sign, but I am giving you transformation. Let me tell you something. You never realized. Your life has already changed in the spiritual realm. The shift has already occurred. The doors have already opened. The energy that blocked you for years has already been lifted. You are simply waiting for the physical world to catch up with the spiritual one. Just as a flower begins blooming beneath the soil long before anyone sees its petals, your miracle has been blooming beneath the surface of your awareness. Right now, even as you listen, my presence is rearranging the pieces of your destiny. Old karmic contracts are dissolving. Heavy patterns are releasing. Cycles that repeated for years are ending. You may not feel it fully yet, but your soul feels lighter than it did months ago. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is not getting better on your own. This is intervention, my intervention. I have walked into the rooms of your life, removed energies that didn't belong, closed doors that were draining you, guided you away from people who were not aligned with your path, and placed invisible protection around your journey. You didn't see it, but you felt it. That sudden urge to withdraw from certain people, that quiet intuition telling you no, that inner push saying wait a little longer, that sudden peace in the middle of chaos, that was me. You wondered why your heart couldn't attach to what was not meant for you, because I stopped it, because I shielded you, because I refused to let your soul settle for something that would harm you later. Your life is entering a phase where blessings won't come one by one, they will come in waves, because this is not a reward for what you did, but a response to who you have become. You have softened without breaking, you have loved without bitterness, you have trusted even when confused, you have prayed even when exhausted. Such hearts are never ignored in my world. Prepare yourself gently, your inner atmosphere is shifting, your outer world will soon follow. The heaviness you've carried for so many years is thinning like mist in morning sunlight. What you feel now is not your imagination, it is your rebirth. You are stepping out of a life that was built on survival, and stepping into a life that will be built on purpose, clarity, and divine alignment. This is not the beginning of change, this is the beginning of unfolding, a revelation of what I have been creating for you in silence, in patience, in love, and you will not walk into this next phase alone. I am walking you there myself. My beloved, now that you understand why everything happened the way it did, I want to reveal something even deeper, something that will shift the way your heart sees your future. You have believed that life will get better little by little, slowly, one blessing at a time, but that is not what I have prepared for you. What is coming is not a small improvement, it is a complete restoration of the 4 dimensions of your existence. Just as nature has 4 seasons, your destiny has 4 layers, and I am restoring each one, not gradually, but simultaneously. Let me show you. 1. Spiritual restoration. Your inner flame returns. For a long time, your spirit felt dim, not dead, but tired, as if the light inside you kept flickering with every burden you carried. You felt disconnected from yourself. Your prayers felt weak. Your faith felt unstable. Your intuition felt blurred. You thought something was wrong with you, but nothing was wrong. You were simply drained from carrying more pain than your heart was designed to hold alone. But now, your inner flame is returning. You will once again feel that natural connection with me, that quiet knowing, that inner guidance, that gentle assurance that says, Krishna is with me, I am safe. Your mind will stop overthinking, your heart will stop fearing, your soul will start listening again. You will feel connected in a way you haven't felt in years. This is the first restoration. 2. Physical restoration. Your body heals and your strength returns. There were mornings when even waking up felt heavy, when your body felt older than your age, when small tasks felt like mountains you didn't have the energy to climb. You ignored these signs because life wouldn't let you pause. But listen, my child, your body heard every emotion your heart couldn't express. Your fatigue wasn't laziness, your weakness wasn't failure, your exhaustion wasn't lack of effort. It was the weight of everything you were carrying alone. Now, as your spirit begins to lighten, your body will follow. Energy will return, sleep will improve, the heaviness will lift, your breath will deepen, your strength will awaken. This is not just biology, this is Pran Shakti, returning to your being. Your body is healing because your soul is finally allowed to breathe. This is the second restoration. 3. Emotional restoration. The wounds you hid will finally mend. You have carried hurts that others never apologized for, disappointments you never told anyone about. Fears that lived quietly inside your chest like unspoken truths. There were memories that made your heart tighten every time they surfaced. There were moments you pretended didn't hurt, but they did. I saw every emotional wound you wrapped with silence. And now, I am healing them gently, not by erasing them, but by freeing you from their power. You will stop replaying old pain. You will stop blaming yourself. You will stop carrying guilt that was never yours to hold. Your emotional body is entering a season of peace, a peace so deep that even you will wonder how you lived without it for so long. This is the third restoration. 4. Material restoration. Abundance, opportunity, stability. You have struggled silently with finances, with uncertainty, with responsibilities that felt too heavy for one person to manage alone. You worried about the future. You stretched yourself to fit bills, needs, duties, commitments. You gave your best, and still felt behind. What you lost will return, but greater, fuller, purer, more stable than what you once had. New doors will open, new opportunities will appear, resources will come from unexpected directions, connections will show up that change the course of your journey. This is not karma, this is my arrangement. When I restore, I do not return what was taken, I return something better than what you thought you wanted. This is the fourth restoration. Child, understand this clearly. Your life is not improving, it is transforming. You are not surviving, you are awakening. You are not being repaired, you are being reborn. You are entering a stage where everything that once held you back will begin to dissolve like mist in sunlight. This is the moment your destiny has been quietly walking toward. From this point onward, your steps will feel guided, your choices will feel clearer, your heart will feel lighter, and your path will feel aligned. You asked for a sign. This is your sign. Your restoration has begun. My beautiful soul, we have reached the final stage of this message. If your heart is beating a little faster, if your breath feels deeper, if your mind feels unusually quiet, that is because your soul knows this part is meant to seal your transformation. Everything I have spoken so far has prepared you for this moment, but this moment demands something from you too, your participation. Let me explain something sacred. In Sanatan Dharma, there is no number more complete, more cosmic, more spiritually aligned than 108. It is not random, it is a divine architecture. 1 means the soul, the eternal self. 0 means the infinite womb of creation. 8 means the endless cycle of energy. When you declare 108, you align your inner world with the natural structure of the universe. That is why a mala has 108 beads. That is why mantra are chanted 108 times. That is why she used 108 symbols to describe the cosmos. By writing 108, you are not typing a number, you are activating a spiritual circuit. You are telling existence, I am ready for completion. I am ready for release. I am ready for abundance. I am ready for my destiny. When you declare 108 publicly, you are taking a step Arjun once took on the battlefield, the step of divine acceptance. The moment you write it, your energy shifts. Something inside you aligns, something around you rearranges, something ahead of you opens. Your comment becomes a spiritual signature on the contract of your new beginning. A prayer whispered in the mind has personal power, but a declaration spoken or written has cosmic power. Why? Because your words create ripples in the subtle world. When you openly say, Krishna, I trust. Krishna, I accept. You are planting a flag in the battlefield of your destiny. A flag that signals, I choose my transformation with courage, not fear. This is not about showing others. This is about showing your own soul that you are ready. When you comment 108, you commit to the path your heart has been running toward. For months, years, maybe even lifetimes. This is why I ask you to write it openly, not for numbers, not for algorithm, but because your public act of faith becomes a magnet for divine movement. Just as I once said, whoever remembers me with love, I remember them with 10 times more love. Your declaration becomes the final key that unlocks the 4 restorations, already forming around you. Now listen with an open heart. The blessing you are receiving today was never meant to stop with you, it was meant to flow through you. This is the sacred law of dharma. Jo roke, wo sukh khota hai. Jo baante, wo sukh badhata hai. When you share my message with someone who is suffering, someone whose spirit is lost, someone whose hope is thinning, you become a messenger of my compassion. And the moment you do that, your own blessing multiplies. Not as magic, not as superstition, but as karmic physics. Just as a diya lights another diya without losing its flame, the light only grows. That is why the more you share hope, the more hope fills your own life. When you share this message with even one person, you create a blessing circle that returns to you with doubled strength. My child, place your hand on your heart one last time. Take a gentle breath and listen, not with your ears, but with the quiet space inside your soul, because these next words are not instructions, they are initiation. Your life from this moment will not look like the life behind you. Your karma has shifted, your energy has opened, your light has awakened, your destiny has turned a page. You are stepping into a chapter where alignment replaces confusion, clarity replaces chaos, abundance replaces lack, peace replaces fear, and purpose replaces wandering. This is not motivation, this is not imagination, this is activation. I, Krishna, who walked with you through storms you never spoke about, now walk with you into the sunrise of your new beginning.